Hi everyone, it's Lillian here, and welcome to another crafting evening with Lillian. I'm coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, and I'm going to be sharing different things tonight, but I just wanted to point out that this amazing catalog is retiring, and not everything in the catalog is retiring, but a lot is. So I'm going to focus on that concept tonight and how you can save some money. But the other news is this catalog will be going live. Yes, this is the brand new one, and it's going live May 4th. And I was fortunate to be able to go to what's called On Tour. So On Tour is a Stampin' Up event we had to do on tour online, and they introduced us to lots of different things that are going to be in this catalog. And I'm just so excited about the catalog, and it was a wonderful event. So it's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. You get to go to wonderful Stampin' Up events, and they do it like no other. So this will be going live May 4th. So, and for those of you who asked for front porch pickup, these catalogs arrived like 20 minutes ago. So by the end of the week, I will be sending out an email that you can come and do front porch pickup. Those of you who ask for it to be mailed to you, you have your eyes peeled for at the mailbox that should be arriving soon. And then the third catalog, so it's one of those times when everything's happening, is the mini catalog. And this new mini catalog will be available until the end of June. So you don't have to panic so much about this. Karen, I see that you love the new catalog. Yes, I do too. So we're going to concentrate on this one here. So let's go down to my desk and get started. So first things first is, whoops, that's 2 weeks in a row that I haven't hit the button. There we go. And let's make sure the computer's working. This is interesting. A few glitches here tonight. Hi, Roz. I love how you guys interact with each other. You're like old friends meeting here. And that's the neat thing about this right now, especially during COVID when we can't get together. So this is always a special time for me, so glad you're enjoying it too. Now, I had some questions after last week's video, and one was, where about this black mat? Where did I get it? Well, it's something that Stampin' Up used to carry a long, long time ago. Basically, it's like you would find in a sewing store, one of those that you can cut on or whatever, and I just still have mine from a long time ago, so that's where this came from. And then some others asked the grid paper, the little grid paper. I often use the big grid paper, and when I'm crafting on my work surface, that's definitely what I use. But for last week, I used this. And this is the small grid paper. It has inches on one side, centimeters on the other. And this grid paper is actually, it was made for the Stamparatus, but it's great for small crafting or crafting on the go, that kind of thing. And you can find that in the current catalog on page 164, right down here. So there is the small grid paper. There's the foam mat, which you've seen me use a few times too. I really like that as well. So just a couple of things that you might not have noticed in the catalog, but there they are. So let's get started here. Tonight I'm going to be using some items, some that are going to be in the next catalog, some that are retiring. So just take note of which ones those are, and also be aware that anything that's retiring, it's a last chance, so it's just while supplies last. So when they sell out, they sell out. So do watch, because there's some really good deals. But I'm going to start with gray granite. That's 5.5 by 8.5. And then scored at 4 1/4. So your basic card front. So we'll take that right now and just fold it. Gray granite is a color I don't think to use that often, and I just love it when I do, so I must remember to use it more often. And put that to the side. And then we have Let me just move these off. That's just to hold these guys stable. We have some petal pink that is 3 3/4 by 5, and eventually it's going to layer on here. So that's where we're headed with this. So we'll hang on to that. Get the bone folder out of the way. And then I have some more gray granite, and it is 1 1/8 by 4 3/4. So that these eventually are going to go on here, sort of like that. We'll do it more artistically and line it up a little bit better, but you get the idea there. And then I took a piece of the oh, now I've forgotten the name, Peony Garden Designer paper, and I took the piece that was together like this. I'm trying to be careful to keep them in the right order here, and then I cut it apart. So it's 4 5/8 this way, and then these are each 1-inch strips, and they are going to layer on to here. But before we do that, let me just show you the Peony Garden paper, because this is something that is going to retire. So here's the front and back. The colors are basic gray, gray granite, petal pink, and whisper white. And this is likely, oh, I always say it about all the papers, but this paper is so peaceful. I really, really love this paper. And guess what? All year it has been $15.75, and now it's on sale for $12.60. So that is 20% off. So you can get that right now and have that huge savings. So do be aware of that. So let's start to put this card together. I'm going to bring in my trusty little mat here, my silicone craft mat. And some of you are going to cringe because I'm going to try to keep these in order, and I'm notorious for forgetting my order. So I'm going to start at the top, put the top at the bottom. If I start to cry for help, that's my system. All right. So good to see so many of you on here. Yes, Karen, it is absolutely beautiful paper. I have used it so much. I don't know how many packages I've gone through this year. So let's bring in the strips of gray granite and put these on. Now the border, okay, this is going to be the top. The border is going to be tiny, and that was so it could fit on the mat that we're going to put them on. So that's the top. Don't get it mixed up, Lillian. There we go. Now we're going to do the next one. So now what's in my left hand is the top. There we go. And the last one. And what's in my left hand is the top. Can you see I'm trying to be consistent here? And we've got it like that. Now we're going to put them on the petal pink. This is a really easy card layout, and yet it always looks so pretty. Plus, it also gets you using your designer paper. So now we need to put adhesive on here. So again, I'm going to put top to bottom. And let's see how we're put some adhesive on here. Make sure I'm in the camera. Now, when I'm doing this kind of thing and I want to work on my spacing, I will actually, not put it in the glue. I usually work from the outside and get my spacing there. And yes, I am leaving my gluey side up till I get things situated where I want them. And then I will put this in the middle. So I think that's going to work. So put it back the right way. And let's see if I can get equal border all the way around. Then it should work if my measurements are correct. Flip this back up. Do the same on this side. And the reason why I do the outside ones first is it's easy to play around in here and work on your spacing. And so now I can, when I put it down, and because I've used liquid glue, I can wiggle it around and I can see that it's pretty equal in there. There we go. And I have to pick it up because it's hard to see with all the stuff on my desk. There, so we've got that looking like that, and it looks pretty gorgeous, right? When it goes on the card like that, it's going to look oh so nice. But before we put it on the card, we are going to bring in this gorgeous silver band. Now you might say, Lillian, where did you get that band from? First off, silver foil paper is retiring. I know I have a lot of silver lovers out here, so do take note of that. That's retiring. But the bands come from a die set that's called Detailed Bands die set. So it's quite a large die set. We've had it for a few years. There's this big one that does the wraparound thing too. This one, some leaves, some layers. The oval is what I'm going to use tonight, but there are all kinds of things in that die set. And you know how I like to do this just to get acquainted. So there's isn't that gorgeous detail work? Guess what? This was $52 in the catalog. It's now on sale for $20.80. So take a good look at those sale items. That is a huge bargain. This is a gorgeous die set. So what my plan is to wrap this around. So I'm going to put some seal on this side. There we go. And then I'll work, let's see, where do I want this to go? About, make sure I get it centered. Let's put it about like that and just wrap it around. And like that. And we've got that embellishment done. So now we're going to add this. And by the way, did you all realize that there are two ends to this? If you needed lots of glue, you can use this, or it's really great for smearing your glue around too. So remember that your glue has two ends. So now let's just put this on here. Like that, and make sure we've got it pretty straight. I could have put it on dimensionals, but I kind of like it like that. Now I am going to stamp on the oval and put it here. Isn't that going to look pretty? So when that die first came out, it was part of a bundle. It is no longer in a bundle, but this stamp set I've often gone to particularly for greetings. So that's what I'm going to do again tonight. And this also is retiring. It's still at regular price. And so I think I am going to go for You Are Amazing, which I already have mounted. So I might as well put that back down. I'm going to emboss with silver. Now, some of you might have said, all the embossing powder is on the retirement list. It's only on the retirement list, so take a deep breath and relax. It's only there because it's being reconfigured. That means it's going to be put in new packaging. So the embossing powder is staying, and in fact, some that we have been missing are coming back. So that is exciting. So let's see if I can do this through the phone. Press down and up. Oh, I think I did okay. There we go. And now we'll, for those of you who are new to heat embossing, Versamark is a clear sticky ink and stays sticky long enough that this embossing powder will stick to it. And then we're going to heat it up. And I'm just flicking the excess off right now. Then we're going to heat it up, and that powder will melt and get all shiny and raised up. So for those of you who aren't used to this, this is going to get noisy. Also, my fingers are going to get burnt, so I'm bringing in a clothespin to hold on to it. And let me just get my heat gun, my heat tool, which is stuck on the hook. There we go. We'll heat it up. The heat tool has 2 speeds, and I've got it on the highest. I use the lowest one when I'm working for vellum, with vellum, pardon me. Now you see how it's changing? It's just like magic. Once it's all shiny like that, it is done. It's that fast. Just love it. So there we go. Now we're going to bring the card back in, and let's move some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to put that here. Now, do I want to put it on dimensionals? I think it might look nice on dimensionals. I think it looks nice either way. But when in doubt, add some height to it, right? And I'm going to put one here so it doesn't get too squished in the mail. Some of you are liking this card. Thank you so much. I was pleased with how it turned out too. There we go. Now for the inside, I decided I wanted to layer the cardstock up a bit again and bring a little hint of the pink in here. But before I fasten that down, I thought it just needed a little something more. And so I'm bringing some scrap paper in, and I'm bringing in this stamp. They're just from that Band Together stamp set. And it's huge, I know, and I just want a little bit here and in petal pink. Let me just see. What do I want? Maybe I want a bit of both of the flowers. There we go. So that's part of the planning, is figure out, hold things over top and see what pleases your eye. I was making cards with my granddaughter today, and she has a definite eye for what she likes to do, and it was so much fun. So let's see here. And it's a big stamp. So big stamp, big pressure, right? Little stamp, little pressure. There we go. So that's just going to make a nice design. And then I can stamp over top of that in the gray granite ink or the basic black or whatever. So now I am going to just fasten that in. And I will add the inside greeting at another time, because sometimes I need it for an encouragement card, a birthday card, or whatever. So that's why I leave that type of thing, unless I know exactly what occasion I'm making it for. So there we go, and we fasten this in. Diana, you love this card? Oh, I thought you might. I am so sad this paper is going to be retired by the time of your workshop. It would have been fun to use it. Oh, and we need a few jewels too, right? Now, I have them here. Oh, I know what happened. My granddaughter was using them today, and I put them away. So there we go, because she does love these jewels too. So let's just see, what should we do? Don't need too much. We could even just stop right there. We could scatter a few more, but I think I'm going to stop right there and call that a wrap. So that is the card that we made tonight, but stay tuned. I've got another one that's the exact same design, but would work for the guys in your life. This is actually going to be a graduation card. So this is using the suite that I, likely when the present catalog first came out, this was I was most excited about this suite. It has the World of Good, is it called? World Map. So this is the dies, and it has the, this is actually just embossed printing. It has the the globes, so both halves of the world, and the globe stand, the feather, the ink. I just love it. I love the stamp set. My family tends to be on the international, lots of traveling, so this works so well. But I also think it works perfectly for graduation. And then this is the stamp set, and so that's where I got Adventure Awaits. This is going to be a graduation card. And so on the inside, I just brought a little bit more of that paper on the inside. So yes, these are both very metallic type of cards, because I wanted to let you know that these metallics, a lot of them are retiring, and the brass metallic is on sale for 20% off. So it's usually was $6.75. It's on for $5.40. The World of Good Designer paper, which has brass in quite a few of them here, is on sale for $12, regularly $20. And I don't know if you noticed, but these little antique corners, they came with corners and sliders, so like little belt buckles and that, those are on sale as well for $4.60. So just something to be aware of. And I'm looking down here and I'm seeing I forgot one step with this card. So I'm just going to backtrack one more minute. I'm bringing in the envelope and the designer paper. Now, I've done envelope flaps with you lots of times, but my designer paper, this is the widest I have got left, and it doesn't fit the flap. So what to do? Well, I am going to just put a strip on the back. So let me just cut, say, like that. And to make it look like it was intentional, I'm going to cut this just a little bit smaller so that it doesn't look like it was an accident and that I didn't cover all of the envelope. You know, if it's not going to work, make it look like you planned it, right? There we go. So now I am going to put this on. I'm just going to bring my mat back in. Because some of it will hang over the edge. And I am going to just put a strip along there. And then turn it over and bring in my paper snips and just snip off the excess. And instead of looking like I was just using up a scrap of paper and I ran out, now I have an envelope flap that looks like it's supposed to coordinate with it. So there you go with that. So hang tough. I have a couple of other samples. So this is a card. Now this paper is in the mini catalog. It's the True Love, the black and white paper. And this is putting strips going the horizontal way. So you can just do strips that way. So here are the three. And then Marilyn just sent me a card today, my friend Marilyn, who I do Stamping Staycation with, and she did much the same. So I wanted to share this too. So this is using some new designer paper that's coming. So just fun stuff. Watch those sales. I am going to show you one more card, not the same design, but using the same paper. And this one, when you open it up, I just call it a double flap. I have no idea what the name is. You open it like this, and then you open it like this, and then you open it like that, and it just keeps going. Now, those of you who go to Stamping Staycation or went in January, I taught this card, but in a tall and slim one. I adapted this design, but isn't that paper just gorgeous with this? As is that ribbon. But you guys have seen that ribbon many, many times. Now, let me just give you some breaking news. Tonight, I believe at midnight, because it starts tomorrow, so I believe that's 1 minute after midnight, the clearance rack is being refreshed. What does that mean? Well, if you go to my website, here and click on Shop Now, you will see a label that says Clearance Rack. And if you click on that, those are the things Stampin' Up! Puts on sale. And it's clearance. They're clearance items. And if you love bargains, and I think we all do, go visit that. And again, it will only be while supplies last. It is not the same as the retired list. They're last chance products, but there are going to be some amazing deals on there, I'm sure. When they do a refresh, when they add things to the clearance rack, there are usually some pretty amazing deals. I know last time I picked up some advent calendars for less than half price, and they're so much fun to do. They have little drawers and stuff. So check that out, because we all love a good deal. And watch your email, because I might be sending one out soon saying the catalogs are ready to pick up. If some of you did not request one and wishing you had, and you don't have another demonstrator, and you live in Canada, just contact me. Send me a message, an email, something like that. You can message through here, and I will try to get one to you. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, sorry. I've had a lot of ohs tonight, didn't I? I had one of you ask, how do you clean your Stampin' Scrub? So a lot of us use the chamois, and the chamois is great just when it's dirty and not getting your stamps clean anymore. You take it to the sink, wash it out, wring it out, you're good to go. But this is the Stampin' Scrub, and how do you clean that? And you can see these little notches here. One has raindrops and one has the sunshine. So this is the drying side and the washing side. But when you want to clean it, you just slide your bone folder in and pop it out, run it under the tap, and then I put it in the dish drainer overnight, and it's ready to go in the morning. It does take a little while to dry, but that's how you clean it. And how do you know if it needs to be cleaned? Well, if you're cleaning your stamps in it, and then you stamp on some scrap paper and it's still stamping, it's meaning it's not getting your stamps clean. So it's too full of old ink. So wash it out, dry it, and it'll be good to go again. Oh, I didn't make a teaching moment of putting it back in. There are little notches on the two sides. So tuck it in, bend it a bit, and just snap it in like that. And that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care and have fun. Bye-bye.